Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So, this is like the millionth time I've tried making this video. I literally just tried 2 minutes ago again, and something else went wrong. I've been having so much trouble. This is the hardest time I've ever had making a video. It's just one thing after another. So my phone is now muted. It's on Do Not Disturb. So I'm not going to have my phone ringing. I got the screensaver shut off so that won't kick on. I've done everything. I went through and found the videos that were corrupted for whatever reason and causing, it wouldn't let the videos compile, and it was causing just, I mean, I've been trying to do this for 3 days now. So, obviously not every day, all day. I've been working on it for about 2.5 hours every night trying to get it working, and I think I finally got it. But anyway, so you'll notice right here the rocks look kind of funky, so don't worry about that. It's just because I'm paused. The game's paused. It does that for whatever reason. You see them up there. You know how they look kind of fuzzy. As soon as I unpause it, they fix it. It fixes it. Something to do probably with the anti-aliasing or something. But anyway, so this is the new graphics engine, new maps, reworked with the new update that'll be coming out for 1.0 here probably in the next couple weeks, I imagine, because March is right around the corner. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up and show you kind of what they're like. But anyways, so what we're going to do first is play a little game for each one of these videos and see if you can figure out what map this is. And I've got the graphics cranked all the way up just to show you so you don't think I'm BSing you. And we're getting really good frames. The only thing I got shut off is that motion blur because that's annoying as hell if you ask me. So we got graphics cranked all the way up. And I'm averaging, right now it's paused and it says 51 frames. Why that says 37, I don't know. I don't know if the 51 is because that was what I was getting in game, and this is like doing the recording, because the recording software I noticed slows it down a little bit, and that number will go up. I've been averaging right around 60 or more frames per second. The eyeball can't see over 30 frames per second anyways, but the more the merrier because it's smoother then. But yeah, I do this, I'm on a laptop. It's a gaming laptop. It's a very good one. It's an MSI Dragon. It's got, it's about a year and a half, maybe close to 2 years old now, but it's got the 980M. It's the mobile version of the video card that came out at that time. It's phenomenal. I've got SD drives like crazy, so it runs smooth as butter. Graphics are great. It actually runs better than a lot of people's desktops, but obviously you got the newer desktops out that have your 1060s, 1080s, which blow this video card out of the water. So if I'm averaging 60 frames per second and more, you guys should have no problem running this game with and I've got it like I showed you with all the eye candy cranked all the way up. And obviously that stuff is adjustable, so if you're getting kind of low frames per second, you can turn that stuff down. But, as long as you're getting around 30 frames per second, you're good. I mean, your eyeball can't see over 30 frames per second. Now, the ping, you'll notice, is pretty high, but that's because it's on like an overseas server. But it is playable, but it does get jerky once in a while. So if you see some jerkiness going on, that's what it is. But so just kind of panning around. Have you guys figured out what map this is yet? I'll leave the red line on, and I'll show you the stuff right now. That red line, you can see it back there. Mine is actually, they've got some settings you can choose now, which is actually very cool. You go to Battle Notifications, Map Border, and I have it on Wall. But they also have a dotted line, which is pretty cool looking. I'll just show you real quick. A little bit harder to see. I'm going to leave it on the wall just till I get to know the maps really well. You can see down there, how it runs along here. Runs up this way. And you can actually shut that off completely. And I'm going to shut mine off because the maps are not like, some of them are a little bit different. Now, when you put Do Not Display, thing pops up, says hiding the map border may result in disorientation in a battle, because obviously the maps have changed a wee bit. So now it's completely gone. It looks like you can just keep right on and driving, which obviously you can't. You'd hit it, which I think that's kind of what they're talking about. It looks like you can keep going up that hill. If you don't know the maps well enough, you're going to hit something and go, what the hell? you know. So I'm going to leave mine on temporarily until I really get to know where the new area is, because these maps did change. And if you haven't figured this one out yet, which I'm pointing right at something up there, Cliff. Did you get that? We'll turn the map back on just to show you it is Cliff. With I shut this, you hit M and it'll shut your map off. It looks identical kind of to the way it was before. Now I'm shrinking this down as small as I can during, actually, yeah, I'll turn it down as small as I can during the replay, because it's not like I was going for tons of damage and so on and so forth. I was just kind of trying to get the maps out here to show you the maps. But you can see, like before, this was some rocks over here and some bushes. Now it looks like there's a house over here. You know, so the maps have changed. Some areas drastically, some not really much at all. One of the maps I turned, you know, because what I'd do is I'd fire it up and I'd hit M real quick before I even looked at the screen and see if I could figure out what map it was. One of them, I was dumbfounded. I couldn't figure out. There was airplanes and I was in the middle of a soccer field. I'm like, what the hell map is this? And you'll see it and you'll probably be kind of flustered like I was. But I'm going to go ahead and turn the map border back on. I meant to have dotted line. I think what it was is when I made a video earlier for you guys and it screwed up. I forgot to change it back. So we'll turn on that dotted map thing there. See, like that house back there, you can't go behind it, and it looks fuzzy just because I'm paused. But you know, there's bushes here. It looks like some of the rocks. I haven't gone over there, but it looks like it goes further over that way now. So it is different. But anyways, let's get this rolling. I'll quit chomping my jaws, and I'm going to speed up the timer here just to get this going. And like I said, you know, I wasn't going for, you know, tons of damage or, you know, trying to get 15 kills. I was basically just trying to stroll around. I'm going to leave it on third person view too, like this. I'm not going to have it go in you know, where you're looking down the gun sights, because it just if you do that, I'm trying to show you the different effects. You'll notice the rocks disappear, the hay bales don't. And also watch when you drive through bushes now you shake bushes when you drive through them. Not only do you knock a tree over, but now these bushes, when you drive through them, and I'm wondering if that is gonna like help you get spotted from artillery, because see how that pushes? Now if artillery can see you, see, I'm not going to put it in this view like this. I'm going to leave it on the third person view, or at least try to, if I can get it back out of there. What's going on? For some reason, there we go, it kept going back into first person view. There's some glitches I've noticed with the replays. Oh, watch these. I got one of these stuck in my track before, and just for like 5 minutes, and the thing was stuck in the sticking out of the track. But you'll notice the rocks disappear, the walls do, as you bust them down. You'll see them magically disappear. But even those little bushes now you can knock over. But the little tiny bushes, when you run into them now, they waver to the left and right. So I'm wondering if artillery has happened to be viewing over a bush that you run over like that. Are they going to see that bush shaking? Because that's going to really help artillery kind of pinpoint or get blind shots on you. Now, like I said, I'm going to leave it on third person view so you can see, like, when they hit you with a heat round, it's different than when they hit you with an AP round. When they hit you with an HE round, it's different when they hit you with an AP or an HE or an AP round. It's all completely different when rounds hit you. Different things happen. It's like smoke will hit you when it's an APCR round, or smoke comes off you, and I get hit with a lot of gold rounds. But like I said, you know, I'm not going for damage here. I was just wanting to show you guys the maps and stuff. See, as I back through those bushes, those things light up now. So I'm up here by myself as usual. This 113 thought he was going to take me out, and I don't think he had a clue where to even shoot me. So I end up I just tore him a new asshole. But I'll back up just so that the IS-7 that's coming at me can't get a shot at me. And I'll just put a round right in this 113's commander's hatch there, because it's a nice weak spot. But Yeah, I really like what they did with it. Now, that was our artillery that just hit us. So, you can see that even on the Russian servers, you still got your Muppets and idiots that don't know how to play with the crap. And I just got hit by something on our team again. I think that was our Bat Chat that time. So I got hit with our GWE 100. I mean, it only did 18, and the Bat Chat didn't do crap, but still, I mean, it's like, come on, guys, you're hitting me, not even hitting them. So, my purpose was I wanted to get over here and show you the water, and I do get over there eventually, and it's pretty cool looking. But the test server like this, it's all heat. I mean, all premium rounds. It's like all people shoot. I was even like, screw it, you know, this is on Wargaming's dime, so I'm going to shoot all heat rounds too. You know, all premium rounds. But watch when you shoot things and stuff shoots, you see a tracer round flying across the map. Watch this here in a second. See that tracer round come from the enemy tank there? And when things hit you, like if it's a heat round, you'll see like a little explosion and big amounts of like smoke coming off the front of your tank now. Now, obviously in first-person view, you won't really see that. You know, in third-person view like this, like you see all that smoke coming off, and when one of the replays I've got, you'll see I'm near some bushes, and it shakes the bushes violently. It's really, I really have to give, you know, Wargaming some kudos here, because they did a phenomenal job. I mean, I was in a tank unit when I was in the military, and we were out at ranges a lot, and to see one of these shoot reminded me of being in a tank watching real tanks shoot. Just the realism of bushes and grass and sand getting blown out, you know, the blowout from the barrel when it shoots. I was very impressed, I must say. And also, I've noticed too, when you blow up, it leaves a big crater under it, kind of, I think. I noticed it in one replay. It left a big crater underneath my tank. But I'm redoing all these, so you'll probably see that, and I'll try and point it out at a later time. Oh, but watch this water. Watch this water actually hit the wall down there, and you'll see it splash up. Unless I missed it already. I think I did. Crap. You'll see it over here. See that water coming up off the wall? It's just cool. What they did with the graphics, just mind-blowing. I mean, literally, this went from a 2018 game with 2000 graphics to a 2018 game with 2019, 2020 graphics. They did a spot-on job. I got to give them credit. They did very good getting these graphics up to par. But if you want to hold on, I'll have some more replays for you, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here's our next map. And this time I decided to bring this little RHM Panzerwagen, whatever the hell it is, just because it was really fast. Then unfortunately an enemy tank, or excuse me, a friendly Bat Chat gets in front of me and slows me down. So have you figured out what map this is yet? This one is a little bit easier. Once I got over to the right, I was like, oh, I know which one this is. Have you guys figured out what it is yet? Alright, we'll go ahead and turn the map on. Abbey. I always forget the names of these damn maps. But yeah, this is Abbey. I was like, the thing that gave it away for me that it was Abbey was this building right here. Because the Abbey doesn't look like the Abbey really anymore. But, so I decided to shoot up. I wanted to get over in this hill just to see, because I go over there normally. But here this Bat Chat kept getting my damn way. As soon as I get by him, I just blow right on by him. But he just kept getting right in front of me where I couldn't get in front of him. But yeah, this doesn't corner super good because it gets going so darn fast. It just doesn't like to turn too well. But so yeah, this is the area I normally go. So I wanted to get up here and just see difference-wise what it'll look like. Whoops. And you can see once I got by that Bat Chat, I just kind of right on by him. So we get up into this open area where we can get shots up into the Abbey there, and I'm going to pause it. And I can't zoom in or anything. I guess we'll leave it. Here, we'll go like this, just so, there we go. So it looks like the Abbey Looks almost the same up there. Obviously, I'm looking through the bushes. But you got some nice water right here. A couple of the maps, the water's completely different. Like on, I think it was Fisherman's Bay, like over to the right of the city, depending on what side you start. But on the, we'll say the one side of the city, where it used to be, looked like a big ocean or whatever, or a lot of water right there. Now it's like, it looks like a little river goes through there. It's pretty cool. They did change the maps, and some of them a lot, and some of them really not much at all. So anyways, let me see if I can get this out here. What I want to show you is, not how I'm shooting at that. I'm trying to, now I can't get it out of, there we go. God bless America. There we go. Holy smokes. What I'm trying to show you here is how when you shoot now, these bushes, if you're shooting at somebody, the bushes will go outward first, and then they'll shake, you know, kind of come to a stop. If somebody's shooting at you, they'll actually come in at you, the bushes will, and then they'll shake, and then they'll come to a stop. But watch the tracer rounds too. They're just frickin' spot on how they look. I mean, that's what a tank round really looks like with the tracer when it shoots. I mean, you couldn't get any more realistic. Do you see that tracer round flying out of my barrel over at him? So here we got, what was that? Fox B coming out this way, and I just wanted to get the hell out of Dodge because he could clip out on me with his 6 shots. But now I'm shooting nothing but premium just for the simple fact, you know, that's what, you know, like I said in the last video, this is on Wargaming's dime. You know, it's like they're giving you, you know, millions of gold and millions of credits. So, but yeah, so a couple shots into this thing already, and every one of them have bounced. Even into this little, the aiming device up there, bounce. I couldn't believe it. That's just what I mean with these new light tanks. They need to up the penetration on them because it is just sad when you shoot something in a weak spot with a premium round that has only 280 pen, but you know, only. I hate heat rounds, so, but it didn't go through him anytime I shot. I don't think, did I even pen him? Nope, I didn't pen him a single time. But the APCR on this is only 242. I think all these new light tanks have the lowest penetration in the game. But look at those tracer rounds when they're flying across and when they hit you, the different things they do when they hit a tank now, depending on what type of round they are. But watch these bushes when I shoot, how they're shaking and they come to a stop. And when somebody takes a shot at you, they'll bounce in at you and then they'll wave back and forth. You know, it depends on what way the shell's going through the bush, determines on which way it originally shakes. See, like now, that one kind of was stopped, and then all of a sudden, boom, it starts shaking in. I mean, they really did an awesome job with the new graphics. I hope they fixed the tracks on them, because you can see the tracks just, I just think maybe they don't have the tracks done yet, because you can look at the tracks, they just look blah. That looks like the tracks did if you put it on the lowest settings back when the game first came out. Oh, and the coolest thing too is watch the exhaust coming out of your exhaust pipes. It actually looks like it's a real hot day. This is not an easy one to see because of the sun. But it looks like, see the exhaust? It looks like a hot day, you know how you see the heat coming off the road? I mean, that frickin' looks real as real can get. I mean, I probably sound like a little retarded 10-year-old, but I mean, I'm really excited about this patch. I've always liked it. I've loved the game, about the only game I play. You know, to see it get this real boost in graphics, I was just so impressed. I mean, it just really brings the game out, you know, realistic-wise. I mean, it looks like real trees, real bushes, real grass, real smoke, real rounds flying, real effects when you shoot. I mean, you just can't get any more real than this. I'm just really impressed with what Wargaming did with the game. And we get up, I think this is pretty much the end of the match. You get up in the cap here. I think I just stopped right on the cap because there was no way I was going to get up there and get any damage. The tracer rounds, when you see them flying across the map, are so cool, though. But, yep, so that was this map, and if you hold on, we'll go do another one in just 1 second. I'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now this is probably the hardest one for me to figure out. When I got into the match here, I'm like, what in the hell? We're in a soccer field or football field, whichever country you're from. Europe, I think, calls it a football field. America would call that a soccer field. But I could not figure out for the life of me what map this was. I'm like, holy crap. At first I thought it was Pilsen with all the buildings. And then if I'm looking around, I'm zooming out and I'm seeing smokestacks back here. I couldn't figure this one out. I was just literally dumbfounded what map this was. I almost had somebody just hit my truck. Fucking idiots, man. But have you figured out which one this is? All right, I'll let you know. It's I'll give in. It's Ensk. Believe it or not, I was like, holy crap, this is Ensk. Yep, you got your center with the railroad tracks. I mean, it looks kind of set up about the same, except for they did add some more buildings in here, like some of these. That building I don't believe was there. One of these two was not there. It used to be a little shack. I think most of these. I think maybe that one was a building like that, and then like over here was a couple little shacks. But and it looks fuzzy, but it won't once I unpause it. But yeah, and I'm gonna shrink it down. The reason I'm shrinking it down so you get the most view. You know, I could shut it off, but then you won't know kind of what's going on. Also, just let me turn it back on real quick or I'll forget. I did shut off the little border just to make it harder for you to figure out which one it was. Because otherwise, there was that border right behind you. You might not have been able to really see it. Yeah, hard to tell. I can't really see. You can over there. But yeah, so I was like, holy crap, I cannot believe this is Ensk. But I did find out one thing, that even the Russian servers and Russian players, they have the same Muppets as we do in the US, because as we head over here, there's myself and a light tank, and we are the only two that cover this whole field over here. Well, this, what is it, an LTG? RHM Ponswagen, whatever the hell that thing is. The thing I just had in the last match. He goes down there, gets wrecked, and comes back with his tail between his legs. But watch, it's crazy when you hit those logs and stuff. That thing is it was still bouncing with me for a while. But without the, shut this off. Without, God bless America. I'm going to shoot myself, keep doing that. Without that border on, I mean, you would not know that that was not drivable, and a lot of people will probably just keep trying to drive, and that's why once you learn the maps, you'll know that those houses are right there and you can't go on the other side of them, so you can shut those off. But I would recommend leaving them on until you really learn the maps, because like I said, some of the areas that were already safe before are not already safe now, and vice versa. So yeah, a lot different. But watch the tracer rounds, the smoke, you can see the explode, in the air, how it bends the air and stuff, and the blowout from the barrel of the gun. And when you have tracer rounds flying at you, it's just flipping crazy. Try getting an angle here so you can see. I think I just take a blind shot. I was just trying to demonstrate how the gun, and when you shot through bushes and stuff like that, and when you ran bushes over, how it actually moves a bush now. Like I said earlier, I'm really wondering when you run over, I don't think I run over any bushes, but if you run over a bush now and it shakes that bush, if artillery is zoomed in over you, if they're going to be able to, like, you're not lit and you run over a bush, are they going to be able to see that bush move and figure out in blind shot where you're setting? It's going to be very interesting. I do an artillery match, but to be honest and straightforward with you, it was hard as hell to do the artillery matches, because every time I would do an artillery match, some idiot would kill me on my own team before I even got 20 feet away from the cap. You know, if people hate artillery so much like that, I don't know why they just don't take it out of the damn game, really. I mean, and I actually, one of the videos I have, I'll do that one next actually, is when I was taking one of the artilleries out. I made it about 100 yards from the cap, and friendly tank kills me. But I mean, even look at the smoke and the fire. It doesn't look like fake fire anymore. That looks like real fire. That looks like real smoke. I mean, it just looks so. The heat, you know, and then it kind of burned out, you know, and then you're just kind of smoking, a little bit of fire going on. But the fire will eventually go out too. But I exited out. That's why I did that. But yeah, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have another video for you here in just a second. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, what map do you think this is? And I'll tell you right now, it was very, very, very hard to try and get a replay of an artillery, and you'll see why in just a couple minutes. You guys recognize this? This one was changed a lot with the airplanes. I was like, the hell map is this? Because I shut the map thing off. Would you believe me if I told you this was Fisherman's Bay? Cha-ching. Why, yes it is. That's pretty cool looking. Airplanes back here and stuff, but yeah, I had a hell of a time doing a replay with the artillery, and I really apologize, but you know, when it's beyond your control, there's really nothing you can do. And I tried several times. I mean, out of all the times, all the matches I had, I think I tried 11 times to get an artillery match that I could show you guys. And well, every time I play artillery, pretty much this is what would happen. Every time some fucking idiot on my own team would kill me. And he shot me with heat too. What a douchebag. Somebody on my team when the artilleries took a shot at him, but I mean, what a fucking asshole. I even said, what an asshole. You know, fuck if he's from Russia and it starts a war. I mean, what a dickhead. I mean, it's a test server, so you can try out tanks, artillery, whatever you want to try. And every time I play an artillery, some fuckstick like this would do that. They just kill me. I'm like, what in the hell? And it was always a Russian player, because it says RU right next to their name, so you know it's a Russian player. Every fucking time. I'm like, at first it was like 3 times right in a row too. I mean, 3 matches, all 3 of them I was dead within the first 10 seconds of the match starting because of some jack-asshole like this fuckstick. I was like, at first I was about to say, frickin' screw it. But finally I was able to get a match that this didn't happen in, surprising enough. But the only reason I showed this one, not because he killed me, I didn't really care, but is because of this being Lakeville, or I mean Fisherman's Bay. I was like, holy crap, this looked nothing like Fisherman's Bay used to. This map has been changed drastically. Looks freaking sweet, but yeah, it has been changed big time. I was going to try and see if I could, how far I could get over here, but, you know, can't make it when your teammate on your team blows you to pieces. Fucking asshole. But, because there's water over there. I wanted to take this in the water and see how the water comes off of it, and, you know, it gets dry as you move and stuff, and show you that, but no such luck. But anyways, I'll have an actual replay for you here in artillery in just a second, so I'll be right back.